7:15 p.m. shared with public. Although Larry Brasso's heavenly birthday slipped past us a couple of weeks ago, a newspaper ad from 56 years ago featuring boiled crawfish at the Lake Shore Cub in Lake Arthur seemed the perfect time to pay remembrance to the Cajun country guitarist, vocalist, and songwriter. Brasso was actually born James Larry Brasso on January 28, 1936 in the tiny town of Henry, Vermilion Parish, just outside of Abbeville. By age 10, he was playing guitar, and by 13, he was forming his first band. As he got older, he began playing in local clubs in South Louisiana, and then they headed to Texas to spread their country music for some 3 years. In 1963, he was back in Louisiana to start his first venture into television, producing his own Saturday afternoon Larry Brasso show, which was eventually syndicated into 10 CBS TV markets all around the state. The music show included not just country, but Cajun and French music as well. Unlike in today's world, with everyone knowing how to pronounce go, obviously, his television producer suggested he change the end of his last name from O's to O. He had also formed the Larry Brasso and the Rhythmaires Band, which he led for nearly 30 years. Later on, it included his brother Keith Brasso. The band toured solo, as well as opening for some major country acts, one of which was Loretta Lynn. He was not quite 30 years old when he recorded his first record on Lafayette-based La Louisiana Lay-By in 1965 with Just Around the Corner from the Blues and You're Only in Love. A year later in 1966, Baton Rouge record producer S.J. Montalbano aka Sam Montel brought Brasso into his recording studio, for first of 3 records and an album. His first 45 RPM release was a pair of cover songs, Gonna Find Me Someone to Love and Big Mistake. It was released on the Montel-Michel label. He followed that up in July of 1966 with his classic These Empty Arms, which was written by Johnny Troy, who also wrote 2 other songs for Brasso. The flip side was I Just Can't Live, If You're Really Gone. Then in late October of 1966, Montel released a 12-track LP by Brasso entitled Country Music Louisiana Style. One of the tracks included his version of One More Glass of Wine, written by Abbeville native Robert Guidry, better known as Bobby Charles. Montel released Brasso's cover on a single in late April of 1967, with Big City on the flip side. Later in 1967, Brasso made 2 recordings at Cosimo Matas's J&M studio in New Orleans and released on his White Cliffs label. In 1969, he had his first self-written songs recorded and released on both the Nashville-based One Way label, as well as the Cincinnati-based King label, with Wait for the Heartache and You're Going to Get What's Coming for You. He also had another released on One Way, which was pressed at the Ville Platte plant. In the 1970s, he had 4 releases on Floyd Swallow's Ville Platte-based Gene label. Brasso had his own TV show on KADN Channel 15 in Lafayette in the early 1980s. Brasso continued to perform up until his death, which was by a heart attack on August 26, 1984. He was just 48. His son Keith, who died in 2007, was just 47, and his son, Larry Brasso Jr., died at the age of 36.